Good morning, Suhaimi. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Shaz.
Yes, as you know, Suhaimi is part of our news team, and a couple of days ago, tragedy struck. One of your guys, Khairul Anwar Cik Ramli, was struck down and succumbed to dengue. Can you tell us about him, Suhaimi?
Well, actually, I saw him on Wednesday. Well, he started not feeling well on Monday, and then he went to see the doctor, and then the doctor said, the doctor gave him antibiotics, so he went home. So he was feeling better on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, it got slightly bad, and he was hospitalized on Thursday. And then on Sunday, I was in Penang, and I got a call from the office, said that Samson meninggal. It was a shock to every single one of us, because I have friends who had dengue, but we had like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but Samson was gone in a week. So that surprised us all. And see, this is the problem with us reporters. We report statistics all the time. Yeah, we say that dengue it has worsened and all that. But this time around, the way we report it is totally different, because it's one of us. In fact, when I was delivering the news on Monday, I actually broke down live, because it affected us all. And now, when we see things differently, and that's why all of us in Astro Awani, we got together and we say we have to do more. And now when we see an empty soft drink can, we say, guys, you better dispose that, because even with 1 tablespoon of water, Aedes mosquito can breed. So that's why we all have changed now, and we ask Malaysians to help to fight this together.
All right. Well, Samson, of course, succumbed to dengue and passed away 4 days ago, and we want to find out about the events leading up to his death.
We want to also find out about Samson, the person.
Yes.
Who was this guy?
And we're going to do that after Starship Sarah on Lite FM.
So, I mean, you've been referring to him as Samson. Yeah, his name is Khairul Anwar Cik Ramli. Can you tell us why, you've been calling him Samson?
Yes, his name is Khairul Anwar Cik Ramli, but he looked like the lead singer of this very famous Indonesian band, Samsons. So when we first started Astro Awani, so he was among the first few to actually join Astro Awani. We started in 2007. So, that guy looked like Samson. So we kept on calling, hey, Samson, Samson, Samson. So until today, every single one of them called him Samson. His family knows that we called him actually Samson. So that's why our tribute is tribute to Samson. So because it relates to us more, rather than saying Khairul Anwar Cik Ramli, because we call him Samson every single day.
Yeah. I mean, what was Samson like as a person?
Okay. I love taking photographs. Yeah. On weekends, I take photographs of birds, animals. I would go to the zoo. So I fell in love with taking pictures because of Samson. Samson is a great photographer. He takes nice stills, and he was, when we first started, he was my assistant producer when I did my talk show, Perspective Kita. So he was always there, and always helping out the production team. And when we first started, how to start something new, you work more than 12 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours, sometimes you don't have time even to go home. So one day his hair got so long, so he said, oh my God, I don't have time to go to the hairdresser. And he said, Cik Mi, can you help cut my hair? I actually helped cut his hair. So when I related that on the news on Monday, I actually broke down. I actually cried, because you lost somebody that's very close, because it's not just an office, it's not just a newsroom. You just don't go there to work. It's like a family. So now dengue is something different when we report it, because we lost one of us.
Who does Samson leave behind?
Samson he lives with my wife. She's 27 years old. Her name is Zamila Razman, and they have a very good-looking, cute 1-year-old son. Yeah.
How long were they married for?
I was at his wedding. I think they were married about 4 years ago. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Well, the loss of one of their own inspired Astro Awani to initiate, because of this loss, you guys initiated the Cukup Setakat Samson campaign, which aims to eradicate dengue. We're going to speak to you, Suhaimi, about this after this short, this song. It's one specially dedicated out to Samson. It's Sarah McLachlan's Angel on Lite FM.
So, Jaime, what is this Cukup Setakat Samson campaign all about?
Okay, this Cukup Setakat Samson campaign is enough with Samson. We cannot bear to hear any more stories about death because of dengue. This is too much for us to bear, because Samson is like family to us. And who are we at Awani? We are reporters. We are basically storytellers. So we can create that change to stories that we churn every single day. And when we tell people outside about the story of Samson, the story of dengue, when we tell it right, it can create that change in people. Because when we go out and when we do, when our reporters go out, you see that there are communities that are working really, really hard to eradicate dengue. They've cleaned up their houses, their living areas, but there are also communities who are actually waiting for the government to do something, or people in authorities to tell them, hey, you guys better clean up your act, clean your places and all that. So because of that, we feel that we must do more. We must do more. So Cukup Setakat Samson, it's not a donation drive. It's not like that. It's basically to change people's attitude, mentality, to make sure that we will do our very, very best to double our effort to make sure that whatever we do, we must eradicate Aedes mosquitoes. Because now I think I'm an authority on Aedes already because of this. And all of us at Awani, we have been researching. So we've got all kinds of facts. For example, like, all Aedes mosquitoes need is basically like a tablespoon of water. They can actually breed, and during dry season, the egg can actually lie dormant, and when there's water, it can hatch in up to 6 months.
Wow.
Yes. So what we can do as storytellers, we will be the reservoir of knowledge and information. We are working closely together with the Ministry of Health. The Health Minister is helping us out, and then we're working with the Malaysian Medical Gazette, Malaysian Integrated Medical Professionals Association, or MIMPA. So we have all this information to share with the public. And the challenge for us is, how do you tell your stories well to create that change in people? And then on our Facebook, we have more than 2,000 people actually pledging that they will intensify their efforts to fight this.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So it took a tragedy like this for this effort to come forward, as opposed to just it coming out.
It should have been much, much earlier, because see this is the problem. As I mentioned to you earlier, when we report, sometimes we are a bunch of cold reporters asking questions, collecting statistics, collecting data. But now when one of us succumbed to dengue, it changed the way we tell our stories, so then others can identify with us. And we found out that the situation out there is really, really bad. For example, yesterday we featured, there's this lady, her name is Vanessa Vivekananda. She's a PR consultant, a friend of mine. When we launched this campaign, she actually wrote on my Facebook, and then she said, Suhaimi, this is something very good that you guys are doing. Do you know what? My husband just recovered from dengue, and the place that we live in, there were 16 cases of dengue. And I thank God my husband is alive. Now I close my sliding door. In the evening, I will not let my kids out and all that. So we actually went to her house and get her to speak on television. And because of that story, yesterday, when I went to my favorite mama place to have my roti canai, people actually came to me and said, is there any way that we can help too? I said, yes. Come and tell us. Yes, we have uncles, we have aunties. Oh my God, there are lots of stories to tell.
Hold that thought, because we want to know how we can participate in this campaign right after Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough. This is Patty Smith and Don Henley on Lite FM.
Cukup Setakat Samson. It's a campaign that, if I'm not mistaken, you are collecting stories about how dengue has affected people here in Malaysia?
Yes, that's part of it. And because we are storytellers, and we feel that compelling stories will help change people's way of carrying on their lives and how they fight dengue, basically. And in addition to that, what we also do is we get people to pledge that they will do more to fight dengue. And I think I haven't checked about 1 hour ago. I think there are more likes in this morning, and people want to do their bit. So they say, how do we go about making that effort? So because of that, I said, watch Astro Awani, because we have lots and lots of information on how to fight dengue, and from there you can play your role. So basically, we as storytellers, we get all this information, so we disseminate this information and get people to change. What we do now in Awani, we even I don't know whether it's effective or not, even at our workplace, we actually downloaded these apps that you can get from App Store or Google, not Google, what's the other, where you download from your phone, whether your Android or your iPhone. It's called Mosquito Repellent, and it's free. So at our office, almost every single one of us will switch that thing on while we're working.
So it's from sound vibrations.
Yes,
and the pitch,
to ultrasound, high frequency. So that would chase the mosquito.
Now, how can our listeners... take part, to be a part of this campaign?
Okay, what they can do is go to astroawani.com, and then from there you can read stories about Samson, and also what the government is doing, what people can do, and they can actually also go to our Facebook. They can pledge, they can tell what they are doing, and they can also tell stories about maybe their friends are done with dengue and all that, and we can tell the stories to a wider audience, and from there we can actually change a nation. That's what's important. Cukup Setakat Samson. We don't want to hear any more deaths. Enough is enough.
All right, well, you can hashtag Cukup Setakat Samson on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much, Suhaimi, for being with us on the show and sharing your experience with Samson and him succumbing to dengue. You can also check out this podcast on our Facebook page, plus our website as well, www.litefm.com.my. Coming up next, it's Urban Cypher on Lite FM.